Well, this must be like a baby one or something. It looks to be a smaller species of that worm thing I saw earlier, or just a juvenile. It's been dissected, the internal organs removed. It could be much older than the wall I demolished. Probably is. You. That's nasty. I didn't think I could pick this thing up. We'll just leave that there. Hundreds of newspaper clippings, all to do with biomedical sciences, local wildlife, or field studies. Maybe it's not demons at all. Maybe it's... Am I actually cutting into that, or is that just glitching through? I think that's glitching through. But anyway, maybe it's not demons at all. Maybe it's a scientist that's been messing around. I think the key's still in the lock. There's a mess of statistics and crude drawings on the chalkboard. They all relate to a large species of annelid. It looks kind of blank to me, bub. Well, I can kind of see it. It's like someone tried to erase it. I'm surprised that he can see it more than I can. I can kind of tell that the worm's there and such. Creepy worm. Microscope. 60s microscope. Functional for research purposes, but we've come a long way since these were common. I remember having a couple of these in school. Ooh, drawers. I haven't seen these in a while. Nothing. How about here? Aha! Pretty well battered. Very little is still readable. You're not gonna read it? Huh. Okay. Oh. Extract from a newspaper. Copenhagen Post, Friday, 25th December. Ah, Christmas. 1970. Superstition extinct. Death mine still breathing. A worker at the northwestern iron mine, Greenland, is missing, presumed dead as of midnight last night. Locals fear foul play. Mining now forms the largest single industry in Greenland. At 16 years old, the northwestern iron mine is a relatively new part of a larger complex which also includes a lead operation, and is built on the site of an older mine, later converted into a military bunker and finally closed in 1952. The iron mine retains its excellent work record in spite of the recent disappearance of an as yet unnamed worker. We have discovered that the man in question was a young laborer brought in from mainland Europe, possibly Denmark, and authorities on both sides of the strait are currently attempting to contact any family he may have left behind. The man disappeared 10 days ago, and the mine foreman has now exercised his power to declare him presumed dead. This decision, we are told, was not taken lightly. A full search of the mine operation was commissioned to no avail. Without the appropriate equipment or transport, the man could not have survived on the surface. Although superstition in Greenland has since seen a decrease in popularity over the past years, some local inhabitants still claim that the land itself is cursed. This very paper ran a report almost 40 years ago to the day discussing high suicide figures for the area, but findings at the time were considered to be inconclusive. Lars Jensen. Anything else on the ground? Some medical notes. They look to have been disturbed recently. Really? Hmm. Images and notes relating to the gray rockworm. This thing is big for an invertebrate. Oh. I didn't even notice that. But okay. KNR, Monday, 7th June 1993. Minor land collapse in northwestern mountain range. Seismologists on placement from the mainland reported yesterday that a small area of tundra, about 100 square meters, collapsed into a cavity beneath the surface of the snow. The land was uninhabited. The area in question is part of the northwestern mountain range, and the collapse was only noticed due to its coinciding with the arrival of an annual seismic survey team. Experts have suggested natural cavities in the Earth's crust as the cause of the collapse, although due to its vicinity to an old system of mines from the 1970s, they have not ruled ruled out the possibility of some kind of delayed explosion or other seismic activity. The probability that the mine is to blame for the event, however, is low, since it is very unlikely that activity on the scale observed could occur without some kind of human interference below the surface. Don't know. And Dixon. Could have been a human down here. I mean, there's obviously someone down here. Don't quite know who it is, but... oh, hello. There's definitely something here. KNR, Thursday, 1st January 1974. Increased sea traffic causes local concern. Inhabitants of a small village in the relatively desolate northwest have been reporting witnessing uncharacteristically large volumes of seaborne traffic over the past 6 months. Northwest Greenland is virtually uninhabited by modern standards, containing just 0.1 persons per square kilometer, 1/3 of the national average. Sea trade has dropped off dramatically since the closure of the northwestern lead and iron mines in March 1972. The mine itself ceased operation due to massive structural failure, following an apparently accidental detonation of standard mining explosives, where all 47 workers were assumed killed in the blast. Bodies were not recovered. Now, locals are complaining of noise pollution caused by a high and steady volume of ships sailing close to the shore. Unfortunately, in order for any form of official inquiry to be undertaken, the registration codes of the ships in question must be recorded. And since villagers claim the ships only travel under cover of darkness, this may mark a difficulty for their ongoing quest for justice. Eric Nuant, or Nuanat. Anything else of interest here? Yes, no? Oh, there was something. If I could... wow, just a book. Not a particularly good book either. Not important. Did I check the bottom drawer of this? I don't think I did. Alright, let's see. Nothing. Usually seems that there's only one drawer with something in it. Nothing. Probably the same kind of book thing. Does this thing work? Indeed it does. Is that the worm, or... it's badly faded, but it looks like a close-up view of some species of annelid. Anything else here? Well, this is locked here. I wonder... Yes. I think we might be able to get this open. Maybe not. It seemed like maybe, but I can actually see the key every time I do that, which is kind of funny. Door's locked. Looks like there's something stuck in the keyhole. Wait a minute. Screwdriver. Poking the key out isn't going to achieve anything. I need a way to collect it from under the door once I pushed it out. Magnet, perhaps? It's about a ½ inch gap under the door, but the connecting room is pitch black. Well, right idea, but I don't have any sort of magnet or anything to pull it out. Is there anything besides chairs in here? Is that a brick? I guess that's a brick. A brick wall that I smashed through recently. No, I don't really see any magnets or anything around here. Anyway, I should probably save. A cohort, a man with no name. It is he who opens this gateway to hell. A grin on his face. He is terrible indeed. He watches the men writhe and turn. Still, Father looks on. Something vital is in his hand. Or vital in his hand. There, it's me. Inside that box, and outside it, I can't get things straight in my head. Well, anyway, I'm gonna stop for just a second, and I will be back momentarily. Bye for now.